Hi, my name is Phoenicia, and today I'll be showing you how to make blue velvet cupcakes and cream cheese frosting. After that, I'll show you 2 ways to fill the cupcakes, and then I'll show you how to frost them. So let's start with a list of materials and ingredients that you'll need for the cupcakes.
2 mixing bowls, 1 or 2 cupcake tins, 1 hand mixer, stand mixer, or whisk, 1 stick of butter, 1 1/2 cups of white sugar, 2 eggs, 1 cup of buttermilk, 1 tablespoon of gel food coloring. If you're going to use liquid food coloring, you'll need 1 to 2 ounces depending on how deep you want the color to be, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking soda, 1 tablespoon of white distilled vinegar, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1/3 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, and 1 teaspoon of salt. Before we start mixing, we're going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. First, we're going to mix the butter and sugar until the mixture is light and fluffy. This is what it should look like so far. Next, we're going to add the eggs, and after I get done washing egg whites off of my hands, the buttermilk, food coloring, and vanilla extract. Now we're going to add in the vinegar and baking soda, and then also blend that until it's combined. In a separate bowl, we're going to mix together the cocoa powder, flour, and salt. Now we're going to add the dry mixture to the wet one, and we're going to do this about 1/3 of the dry mixture at a time. Now to fill the cupcake tins. I like to use a ladle because it makes it a little less messy and easier to get the batter into the tins. Also, make sure that you fill each well up at most 2/3 of the way because the cupcakes need room to rise. Next, we're going to put the tins in the oven and let the cupcakes bake for 20 to 25 minutes. You might want to check on them after about 15 minutes just to see if they're done or if they'll take much longer, just to account for differences like your oven's own quirks or differences in sea level. I like to leave the light on so I can peek in. Now that the cupcakes are done baking, we're going to take them out and let them cool. While they're cooling, we're going to go ahead and make the frosting. For the frosting, you'll need one mixing bowl, one hand mixer, stand mixer, or whisk, two 8-ounce packages of cream cheese that have been softened, 1/4 cup of milk, which I actually forgot this go around, one stick of butter that has been slightly melted, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and 4 cups of powdered sugar. First, we're going to mix all of the ingredients except for the sugar. After beating that, we're going to add in the first 2 cups of the powdered sugar and then beat it. And now for the last of the sugar, and then once again you're going to beat it. But I think we all get the picture now. This is what it should look like when it's done. The first way you can fill them is to treat them as mini layer cakes, meaning you just take a knife of some kind, cut it in half, and then just layer frosting in between and cover it with the top half. Or you could fill them through a hole in the top. To do this, you'd hold your knife at about a 45-degree angle and make a small circular cut in the top of the cupcake. Then you'd pop that piece out and fill the hole that's left with a little bit of the frosting or whatever other filling you're using. I'm using a makeshift pastry bag made out of a zipper storage bag. but you could use whatever method you'd like to fill your cupcakes. After you're done filling them, you just take the little piece and pop it right back on top of your filling. There are a lot of ways that you can frost your cupcakes, but I'm going to continue using this makeshift pastry bag, and so I'll tell you how to do it that way. So what you want to do is set your cupcake on a level surface and position your bag above it. Then starting around the edge, steadily squeeze the baggie while moving it around first the edges and then towards the center until the whole surface is covered with frosting. And that's it.
So I just showed you how to make blue velvet cupcakes and cream cheese frosting. Then I showed you 2 ways to fill the cupcakes, and then I showed you how to frost them using a makeshift pastry bag. Now there are a lot of variations that you could do to both recipes to make them look differently, to taste differently, things like that. For example, where I use vanilla extract in both the cupcakes and in the frosting, you could use something like almond extract, you could use just any other extract. And then also, if you wanted to, you can make the substitutions to use Splenda or maybe another sugar substitute. And that could be done in both the cupcakes and in the frosting. And just remember that your kitchen is sort of like a lab. Anything that you do in it, anything that you cook, anything that you bake, you can play around a little bit with the ingredients and make it more to your liking. You don't always have to follow the recipes. I don't. I don't. So just remember, your kitchen is a lab. Experiment away.